Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
and yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Words.
Here we go.
Words.
Here we go. Hey, so what? Yeah, you gotta had enough. Yeah, we kinda yeah, we kinda tough. Yeah, we kinda rough. Oh yeah, the Raptors. Yeah, we want some games. Oh yeah, and you already know Portland got the flame. Oh yeah, hey, that's okay, we on the spot. Yeah, Charlotte, you be the Hornets, but you ain't no hot. Hey. Yeah, we bring the spot. Yeah, we came to do the 1-2 and to make the body rock. When you get some wins, yeah, and you feeling happy. Where did we begin? Yeah, every time we got this, and you know we rock this, spot this, monster like a Loch Ness. Hey, we big time, yeah, you people tryna talk with us. Nah, yeah, you're looking at the stats, yeah, it's okay, man, we know we're all of that, but we're not a bag of chips, cause we got a lot of games to get this right now, gotta get, yeah, tryna get respect, yeah, hey, we tryna get them checks, yeah, people tryna say, yeah, we winning, but they vex, yeah, hey, that's okay, 3 games is 3 games, got a whole lot of do, got a lot of games, gotta do this one by one, every time we do this, and you know we tryna bounce one more time to the music, beat it up, that's the games, what you call it, that's abusive, yeah, we try to bring the topics every time, we been doing this, yeah, exclusive when we do this, that's right when we do this, hey, I'm just trying to get healthy and get nutritious, and you know the flow, hey, talking about the
nutrients,
delicious, yeah, every time we try to power bomb the opposite vicious, yeah, like it on the table, freestyle anytime you ready, know that we be able, connected like cable, yeah, kill the cars like a gamble, and you ready know, yeah, we know we just way too hot to handle, melt it like a candle, hey, checking out the style, yeah, last time that we talked, yeah, ain't no cracking smiles, yeah, now we tryna run this game and swear for miles or kilometers, please check the barometer, hey, have to check the dig, beach, we warm it up, 3 games in a row, so really, so what, hey, it's okay, yo, we got to get this, freestyle, man, you ready, know we about the business.
What's up, everybody? It is sports with the has-beens, with your broskies, the has-beens. I go by the name of Mr. D1 and the Mr. Yeah, Mr. Who?
Yep, it's your boy HP Mikey G.
Hey.
HP gang, you know, slang, you don't know you can't hang.
Now, it's been a very, very long week. Shout out to everybody who has been watching us on YouTube, listening to us on Spotify. You know, this is what we do. It's been a long, long week. And yeah, man, we had some things to say about the Raptors last week. A lot of things that came out of the hearts and the loins of the has-beens about the gradings of the Raptors. Well, it looks like they did something interesting in the last few days.
I wonder.
It looks like they won 3 in a row.
First time this year.
Oh, man. So they had a home game stretch, and they took on the Portland Trail Blazers at home, you know, with Damian Lillard in town, you know, so they've always had their ups and downs against Portland, you know, and it was a good win.
Yep.
I enjoyed the Raptors win. I know everybody did, because we were really in quicksand, really in quicksand, and we tried to find our ways to job back into the competitiveness of the standings, although we are, you know, it's just one game at a time. I think overall for me, the game was good, but it still exposes Fred VanVleet's defense, especially on the perimeter it just seems like it's like he's tall, but he's not tall.
Who we talking about?
Fred VanVleet.
Tall, but he's not tall.
He tall, but he not tall, sort of thing. So
Explain that.
well, it's like his style of play. He plays his role. It seems like he plays big. He takes some big shots. He gets some big assists, but on defense, I don't know. Especially when he was there was a session where he was guarding Anthony Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
The man that was in the slam dunk competition a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like 6'7", 6'8", Anthony. Mm-hmm. Simmons, and you can see that he blew past him a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Malachi Flynn. It's I like the fact that the front court is stepping it up. The front court is tall. The front court is talented, but it's definitely showing some more weaknesses with Malachi and Fred VanVleet, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It's just their assists have gone up, which is great. Distributing the ball getting a lot better. Looked like it had a few plays in there, for Precious Achua and Christian Coloco and Scotty Barnes. It looked like they had a little something going on there, but they really gotta move their feet, man. With Malachi Flynn and Fred VanVleet, because they're guarding a lot taller guys. A lot more talented, taller guys too, that can shoot, they can dribble, they can take it to the hole, So that's just my take on this one so far. For what I've seen, what's your take on it, bro?
From the last time, I could tell you that it's good to see that they won a few games, right? From the last time we talked, it's like the bleeding's still not stopping. Like, we're a lot of games behind, like from where we anticipated ourselves. We're like 12 games under 500, 12 to 15, right?
It seems like the new fifth place right now.
Like, like we're still underachieving.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, to be honest with you, like, yeah, we got 3 wins, but to be honest with you, we got 3 wins against 2 struggling teams, right? And all 3 of them were home games.
Mm-hmm.
So we could be happy about it, but to be honest with you, that's still, it's something. But at the same time, it doesn't. To me, it doesn't feel like we're overcoming adversity right now. We're still in the midst of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if this is like the whole momentum run, like, oh yeah, we could rub our hands. Yeah, we come back. We're making some type of noise.
Yes.
Man, this is back. It's like it's like the first page in the first chapter right now. Still, you know what I mean? The only reason I'm saying that because we beat the Blazers. Damian Lillard. He's usually a threat. He has recognition, you know what I mean? He has a reputation. He's been in the league for a while. But Portland's going through the things as well. You know what I mean? So us beating them at home, right? That's good. Throughout the week, the things that I like to see. Honestly, shout out to Thaddeus Young. Usually I see people say Siakam, rate the tape, but Thaddeus Young when he approached Scotty Barnes, looked like they had a little altercation in the halftime.
Oh yes, that's right. Yes. He
was just saying and this I think is this could spark something, It might spark something for the Raptors for the rest of the year. That moment, you know what I mean? I think Thaddeus Young, he tried to motivate him, but I think in a sincere way, like a big brother type of thing, he called him out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He called him out at halftime. Like, he went out his way to he probably looked at Scotty Barnes and he took him, amongst himself. Just to call him out like a big bro. You know what I mean? You ready? He's asking, you ready? You charge? And Scotty Barnes looked at him like, yo, what are you talking about? But Thaddeus Young and everybody else know what we talking about. Like, you need to get engaged. And that's what you try to get him. Like, yo, what happened to old Scotty Barnes? Like I talked about last week. Well, Scotty Barnes, like that man wouldn't even let James Harden bring up the ball. You know what I mean? Anybody he used to cover last year had big problems. They're like, yo, I never seen intense defense like this a lot. Like everybody talked about Gary Trent Jr. last year, how wicked his defense was, and to me, I think Scotty Barnes' defense was better than his. I thought he was the best defender in the team. I mean, defensive presence, you know.
Yeah, I liked the fact that Scotty Barnes, he put up his numbers. He had, 22 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, in 29 minutes. Hey man, sometimes these upcoming players need veteran hardship.
And plus
a little talking.
Everybody's asking at that. It was in front of the camera. Everybody's asking after the game. People still talking about lingering. You see in the highlights and on social media and stuff like that. So and I you know what? And you could tell like he's playing better. He's playing more intense, and a little bit of humbleness from Van Fleet. You know what I mean? Like the last 3 games. These are the stats I'd rather him have. He had like 14, 15 points. He averaged like 5, 6 rebounds and 7, 8 assists. Especially the assists. Like the ball has to be moving. Like and that's what I'm trying to say. When the ball is moving, right? And you have Scotty Barnes the point forward, kind of like Jokic. You know what I mean? Even an MB type of, and MB didn't even do it too tough. It's more like Jokic. Jokic, he's like he got MVP two years in a row. Just the dynamics of it, because when you have the big man and Scotty Barnes is playing like the big man, right? And that's what we were talking about last week before. Like he's like a 10, like he's like a 10-year veteran, right? Like he's playing like he's playing like a 10-day contract. Like he's not himself. So now they're making some type of movement. I have to give Nick Nurse, I don't know, maybe a little credit. Well, I can't really call it credit when you're back against the wall. You know what I mean? When you're doing things, you're back against the wall, now you're doing things that you want that person to do. It's not really genuine. You feel what I'm saying? It's just doing it because he's really in the hot seat. You know what I mean? So the question is, why did he not make these adjustments or be open enough to these, these adjustments from before? You know what I mean? Is it, and I think there's a mixture of things, like, and that's, I have to critique him as a coach. I feel like he's changing a little bit because, Precious Achiuwa is back. Shout out to Precious Achiuwa. He's back. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, he is.
So I'm just trying to break down, like, what happened last 3 games. You know what I mean? What happened last 3 games? Precious Achiuwa came back. Scotty Barnes got called out by Thaddeus Young, which I think ignited him. Like, he needed that. You know what I mean? He needed, like, that was kind of like a defibrillator situation, He needed his heart to get resurged, get charged up. You know what I mean? I noticed, the key's more open because Scotty Barnes is bringing the big man out. You know what I mean? Kind of like Jokic. Like, that's his piece. Like, his player, who's usually the big man, is out of the key. So now we don't really have that much. We don't really have tall guys. We have an unusual lineup of height. I mean, but we lack the big man. Koloko is in the building, but he's not there yet. He's not part of that recipe yet. You know what I mean? So he's gonna give you like 6 to 8 points, which is really good. You know what I mean? But the dynamics of how the team is, they're making adjustments where they have to maximize their strengths, and their strengths is from the free throw and closer. You know what I mean? Mid range, getting closer to the rim. You know what I mean? We can really expose our opponents. You know what I mean? On a different level, even though it's 3 games against those teams. You know what I mean? But practice makes perfect. You need to. A good team beats every team the same way. Right?
It's when I see I like that finally some of our bench players got some playing time a little bit.
Finally.
Some of them.
But I think it's due to
there's still a lot of
pressure.
them. It's still
I think Precious. You're right. But I think because Precious Achiuwa came back, it had to open Nick Nurse's mind a little bit. Like, okay, a big man's coming back. But then what are you gonna do? Just really bench Boucher the whole time? You know what I mean? Like, you kind of have to open the can of worms a little bit because you can't even make yourself look like a a-hole like that from a coach perspective. You know what I mean? Precious just comes back, so you're just gonna ride him. You know what I mean? That's what he does all the time. Thibodeau. That's what I've been calling him, Nick Thibodeau. He's just killing everybody. You know what I mean?
Well,
so you gotta find a way to adjust. You know what I mean? Get Precious back into it. You know what I mean? So if you put him back to it, you can't just force him back. You gotta let him tread waters, but you gotta fill that void for the big man. So Boucher has to come in, Herman Gomez has to come in. You know what I mean? Like, and the thing is, well, the reason I'm saying that because now Boucher and Herman Gomez is getting more minutes ever since Precious came back. So I'm like in my head, why didn't you not give these guys the opportunity in the minutes in the first? You know what I mean? Because without Precious Achua, you know what I mean? I think a little of this and a little of that helped us form some new home cooking. You know what I mean? And we were allowed us to get 3 games in a row against subpar teams.
The cooking has always been there for the front court. It's the back court is the issue. Especially, I'm not the only one that saw this, but during the 2-game stretch against Charlotte, I look at Melo Ball. Look at what he did. He's he was the pre or the ROI before Scotty Barnes.
Yeah.
And who was guarding him most of the time? Well, equally. It was Fred VanVleet and Malachi Flynn. And look what he is energetic. He looks small. I mean, he's 6'7". He's 6'7", 180 pounds, okay?
Yeah, but he plays tough.
So,
he looks.
But when he catches you sleeping, he's dunking on you.
Yeah, you see that dunking in that two-hand?
How do you
that was nice.
I
wish you had a guard like that.
And look at the amount of shots he got from 3-point. That was on Malachi Flynn or on Fred VanVleet. And it's not just that I don't like our guards. It's just that you're dealing with you got to the fact that you're playing against height and speed and talent.
No, you can't. You can't hide height.
And you got Rozier, who's like what 5'8", but he's still playing
six.
Like he's playing like he's up. Like no, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like 6'3".
He looks very tiny. He looks like a Fred VanVleet.
Who looks for tiny?
Rozier, because
Rozier?
of it. To me, he looks kind of small. I mean, compared on the Charlotte Hornets, he looks very small.
He's not.
But when he's playing against VanVleet and Malachi Flynn, he looks very, very tall.
Wow.
And he's very energetic. He's a killer. You know what I'm saying? So it's just they really need to play the other guards that are 6'7", 6'8" on the bench. Give them some touchy, feelies on the court. No pun intended. But you can see that the talent is stepping up on the backcourt. We have the talent. It's just the rotation that sucks. I just never figured out why this experiment with VanVleet and Flynn wasn't from day one. Like, they're not the greatest combination, but at least try something in the beginning. Rotate it with the other bench players. Like, it could have been Doughton and VanVleet on. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, change it up. Change it up
or
to
Banton.
Where's Banton? Like, Delano Banton's in street clothes now. Like, come on, man.
Why is street clothes, bro?
Why is he in street clothes?
Come on, man.
He should be suited up. He should be ready to play. I really don't like how they're ending off the first half of the season when it comes to rotation in the lineup. Now you have Precious Achua back. Unfortunately, Otto Porter Jr. is out for the season with the foot injury. That's very disappointing. You got Hernan Gomez, which is the front court is good. We have enough talented, taller guys in the front court. I'm just concerned about the back court.
Well, I know for this, again, I think personally the backcourt situation. Well, I already know how I feel about VanVleet. Malachi Flynn, I ain't gonna lie to you. I remember when we first got Malachi Flynn, I was like, yeah. But honestly, yes, he has to work harder too. Like, that's the thing. You have to wonder when Malachi Flynn comes on the floor, it ain't gonna lie, man. The opposing team, their eyes open up big time. You know what I mean? They want to expose him. You know what I mean? I agree, man. I agree 100% about the backcourt situation. The backcourt, we can't hide height, man. And even though you said about Rozier, I ain't gonna lie, like I think you're a little off on the height a little bit.
Maybe.
Like he's like a legit 6'2". He's like 6, and sometimes he plays like a big 6'2". Actually, you know, I wouldn't mind having like a man like Rozier as the backcourt. You know what I mean? As a guard, like imagine. I ain't gonna lie. Imagine Rozier on our squad.
It'll be nasty.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
It'll be nasty.
And that's what like they're saying future potential trade. Like, you know, I wouldn't mind doing like a little fantasy. I wouldn't mind trading Van Fleet or Gary Trent Jr. for a Rozier straight.
Trent right now? I don't know, man. I know Trent has his ups and downs, especially offensively. You know, but East, I still believe in Trent. I still believe.
It's not that I don't believe in Trent. It's just that I don't know if he's gonna stick around. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't personally. This is what I think. I think. Okay, let me just go grades this week. So I think you're right. Like straight up Banton, I don't care. I like, especially homegrown product. Like, I think just the storyline alone, Rex Stills own. You know what I mean? Yo, shout out to the West End. You dig? Like, we Rex still got their. You know, Toronto have Delano Banton. You know what I mean? And you don't see, especially in situations like this, it's his story. His storyline deserves more exposure. You feel what I'm saying? He's been working hard. You could tell he's been working his game. He's not there 100% in the half court, but at the same time, Malachi Flynn, I get it. I totally get it. Yeah, you want to give him a shot. You know, like, you need options, especially you know how bad it was this in Van Fleet. So I get it. You know what I mean? You gotta use your option, but yo, Delano Banton, I'm sorry, he needs more playing time. Doubting, for sure. Doubting is his Ron Harper Jr. Well, that's what to be honest with you, that's what I was thinking about the Gary Trent Jr. type of situation. To be honest with you, you know what I mean? Because I think Ron Harper Jr. I think he's nice defensively. It could be a little challenging, a little bit, but offensively, man, he is a bully. You know what I mean? No fear. You know what I mean? You need guys like that, and he has there's a confidence about him. Like, he truly believes in himself. No matter what the situation, offensively, he can hang with anybody. Mm-hmm. Right? So I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, Van Fleet, just the team, and you're right. Like, when it came to Leandro Ball, he felt mad comfortable because there's a height difference, and you know, he didn't feel threatened, and that's something that's gonna be lingering for the rest of the season for us. Yet again, you know, if we go on a winning streak, what if we go like 7th or 6th, the best? I don't see us going like 5th. You know, due to scheduling. You know what? And who knows? We might be clicking. We might go on a dirty winning streak. You know what I mean? Suppose we get 5th. If we do not get out of this first round, suppose hypothetically we go to the playoffs. If we don't go to the second round, to me, it's no different than making the playoffs. You know what I mean? Because we have such a high expectations. I thought we had realistic expectations. You know what I mean? Of this squad. You know what I mean? So just that for that result, that's a huge L for us. You know what I mean? Well, so go ahead.
I was just gonna say to touch into the aspect of the first round knockout, possibly. You definitely can't give up plus 60 points in the first half with your opponents. You can't let them get 60 points. No, like Portland, they got like 65 points in the first half. Charlotte averaged at least 62 points in back-to-back games.
Yeah, man.
Those are very, very high-scoring games, especially for visitors coming into Toronto.
That's what I was gonna say. You play like this at home too.
You can't do that. You know, if you're you gotta keep it lower, like 40, 45. maybe 50. There was a time 50 was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
they
man.
scored 50 points, but now it's like 62, 65. This is not
That's
cutting
not
it
good,
for
man.
especially the first half of the season. Like, come on, man.
Yup.
Come on, guys. You can do a lot better than on defense.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah,
You know,
man.
that crucial. That's just crucial.
No, man. I agree, man. We have to do better, man. And when I looked at the stats, you're like, our defense is not the best. We're in the middle. We're known for defense. We're like 15. We actually have a better offensive rating than a defensive rating overall. That's concerning. You know what I mean? Because we've been talking how bad our offense is, and overall, you look at the season, you're like, what happened? You know what I mean? And to me, you know what I mean, this is where I was talking about this whole drama, all this stuff with Nick Nurse, and people are just not happy, or just a certain thing where people they're not registering from the message that Nick Nurse is trying to address. You know what I mean? Because to me, you know what I mean, Scotty Barnes, he needs to wake up. He's been lost throughout the season, especially defensively.
Yes.
Especially defensively. You know what I mean? He dropped the ball. And Gary Trent Jr. dropped the ball. You know what I mean? Personally, I think defensively as well. You know what I mean? Those two guys last year, you know what I mean? Everybody's talking about Gary Trent Jr., his defense is like crazy. Oh, he should be in an all defensive team. What are you talking about? What about Scotty Barnes? Like for a rookie, everybody's saying, oh, he was amazing and everything, but really defensively, he was like a MVP. And when it came to defense last year, his presence was incredible. You know what I mean? He was such a difference maker. You know what I mean? And he needs to find that spark again. Even though during this 3-game winning streak, like he's better offensively. You know what I mean? He's putting himself in a situation where he could really. Like, when he does that pick and roll stuff, like, it looks like when he has the ball, I ain't gonna lie, it kind of reminds me of the Greek Freak. Like, when he starts bearing down the key, you're like, okay, jeez. All right, you see some presence here. You know what I mean? That is what we need from Scotty Barnes in the offense. And to be the point forward. Like, I like that when he gets the passes and we do like back screens, all that stuff. We need that motion. We need motion offense. Like, and that's not rocket science. I'm glad to see it. You know what I mean? But for me personally, Scotty Barnes, you gotta step it up on the defense, man. You gotta bring it back to like dog press defense, NCAA slap the ground. You know what I mean? Dog press. You gotta bring back to that, because once you do that, everybody on the team, they're gonna be looking at him like, yo, this guy's back to this is Sparta mode. You know what I mean? And when you see that, yo, great intent. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. I used to play ball. Shout out to Westwood. You done know what's popping. MA all day. Shout out to Morningstar Ascension back in the day. You know what I mean? Everybody, yeah, you done know. You know what I mean? Like, when you play like that, it gets infectious. You know what I mean? People are gonna take you for real. Like, yo, this guy's he's going out like that. You know what I mean? Siakam, you done know. OG, you done know. You know what I mean? We need a consistent third piece. I like Van Fleet's stats right now, but to be honest with you, he shouldn't be the third best. You know what I mean? I think Van Fleet should be the fourth best when it comes to statistics. You know what I mean? Scotty Barnes, you gotta step it up. You gotta step it up. You gotta get into the mid-range teens. You know what I mean? 15 to 17 points a game. You gotta give us at least 6-7 rebounds. And Van Fleet can have more assists than you. It's just the fact of the matter that you're trying. You could average like 6 to 7 assists. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, Van Fleet can even get more assists, but it's just you are heightening up the frequency as well. The temperature is rising. You feel what I'm saying? You're gonna by doing that, it makes the team move. You know what I mean? You're creating a different type of energy. You know what I mean?
I have a suggestion for a lineup. Okay.
What's that?
When it comes to taller competitive players, opponents, I would put Jeff Dowding at the PG. Put Scotty Barnes or Pascal at the 2 guard. They can swing 2-3 guard. And have Coloco as the center and Precious Achua as the fourth. Or you can swing back and forth.
What about
with,
OG?
Whoa, I wasn't done. I would definitely have OG as the power forward. I meant to say have Coloco and Precious back and forth in the centers.
So punk out Gary Trent? I don't mind that.
No. I say to start the game. I say to start tall, start energetic, because it's not that the Raptors don't play well. It's keeping the consistency is the issue.
And keeping your opponents on your toes too.
It's just that you can't be fast, energetic for 3 quarters, and then you slack off, or even on the third quarter you slack off, and you want to you're in quicksand in the fourth quarter. You're putting that, like you had that Red Bull, like you want to play defense all of a sudden when it matters, when time's running out of the game. And we all know the Raptors have always had a history of the third quarter curse.
Definitely.
But it's just they just got to find ways to just keep that rotation going, keep that continuity going. I
kind of like that idea you're talking about. And then, to be honest with you, if you did something like that, it literally puts pressure against the opposing team. It just shows like, yo, we're playing tall, like for real, completely, right? And Coloco has a lot of energy. That'd be a very high.
Yes.
If Scotty Barnes cranks it up, you put Coloco, that would put a lot of pressure. Every second on the floor.
It'll exhaust them so quickly.
It would.
Because if you're dealing with guards that are 3 or 4 inches shorter than their opponent, they're not doing as much movement to guard them. If it's someone's the same height, which they pound for pound, speed for speed, you gotta exhaust your opponents. Especially in the backcourt, who solidifies and facilitates the plays, making for the continuity to go with your big men, right?
Oh yeah.
So that's just my take on it.
No, I like that one. No, and to be honest with you, from that, I still think Nick Nurse, you're trash, because our suggestion is better than what you're doing still. You know what I mean? Straight up. So if the grade this week, we won 3 games against scrubby teams.
Oh yes, we gotta grade them. Yes,
right. Yes. We gotta grade them. So I give it, honestly, I'm about tough love right now. We're still losing. I ain't giving no love like that right now. Okay, it's like I give you a C.
Oh,
yeah, man. Yeah, better to give you a C than a see you later. You know what I mean? So it still got things to do. We talked about some suggestions that could easily be fixable and doable, and I think it would work. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't mind Gary Trent Jr. coming off the bench like that and have a tall lineup, even with a Van Fleet and him still not being the first option. Like, you still gotta move that ball, you jackass. You know what I mean? If you do that with this lineup you're talking about, that would put a lot of pressure. Like, you're facing a high frequency with that type of energy. You're more tested against teams like Boston, teams like Milwaukee, even teams like the Clippers, because these are teams who have height. You know what I mean? That have long, tall centers. You know what I mean? And just big men in general. And we'll be able to be more competitive, and we'll have quicker adjustments to be combative. You know what I mean?
Combative.
Straight up.
Yeah.
This is Sparta. You know what I mean? You fall down. A man, when you have a lineup like that, when your teammate, get up, my youth. You know what I mean? And after that, you just get up like, okay, yeah, because you don't want to be the one that messes up the chemistry now. You know what I mean? I know I've been in those situations where your team's so nice, is doing so well. You do not want to be the guy that messes up the chemistry. If you play basketball, all you has-beens out there in a good basketball program. I'm talking about high school or post-secondary, or even like just competitive ball leagues. You play, you know that team. You know you can identify yourself, and you can identify the team that you're on. You know when the team's nice. You know what I mean? And you know when you're on that floor, you do not want to be the guy. You know what I mean? That changes the momentum of your squad. Like if the squad is going 100, 140 on that freeway, you don't want to be going 80 kilometers. You want to make sure you're within the median. You feel what I'm saying? So by just doing that alone, you know what I mean? You're creating a different type of chemistry, a different type of energy. You know what I mean? I hope we keep moving the ball like this. I hope this thing that, the resurgence of Scotty Barnes, that helps out. I hope. Well, I know Precious Achiuwa, that helps out a lot. We've been missing for quite, and he could just his presence alone, we could have won a few games. But don't get twisted, Precious Achiuwa, he does some stuff.
Oh yes.
Where you're like,
what are you doing?
Yeah, why? Why?
What are you doing?
Why? And that, to me, no disrespect, I have to blame Nick Nurse. Like, how much are you respecting the offense? Because you want everybody to play defense, and is everybody not playing defense, but you still have a shoddy offense, right? So you can't let personally, I ain't gonna let Precious Achiuwa go coast to coast like that. I'm not. Like, when he gets the ball, he should be getting it no further than a 3-point. I'm talking about not to shoot it, but just to get the ball. I mean, he shouldn't be getting the ball from the backcourt. Go try to go coast to coast, or lead the break. There's no way. I don't think he should be leading the break. Precious Achiuwa should always be a recipient, always a recipient when it comes to transition. You know what I mean? Not bring up the ball. You know what I mean? So stuff like that we still have to work on. So I give it a C. You know what I mean?
I'll give him a solid B.
Oh, you better than me.
I will give him a B because, in compared to last week, it was a full turnaround in my opinion for what I saw. It still needs a little fine tuning. Always room for improvement, but Precious Achiuwa is back in the lineup, and there was some sort of diversity in the change of the lineup. So, and the chemistry was there. I will actually say the chemistry was there this week. The ball movement was a lot better, assist wise, from both Fred VanVleet, Malachi Flynn, Pascal, he did his thing. Pascal always did his thing.
Shout out to Pascal. Man.
So
we've been ignoring him the last couple of weeks. Still.
Yeah,
he's put in work.
He's been putting in that
all-star big
starting all-star caliber.
You look at his stats. Was he like 27, 7 and 7 or something like that?
Yeah,
high stats.
Yeah, come on. So they won some crucial games that we called out last week that was very, very skeptic on pulling off this week, and they're on a 3-game winning streak. So that's why I gave them a B. They do play Atlanta one last game before they hit the road, at home, and this should be a big testament to see what's going on next, because on the road, the first game on the road next Tuesday, they're in Milwaukee. So they got to get prepared, man. If they can show what they did with the last few games against the smaller guards and semi-big guys, but you got some tall trees coming up in the next few games. So this is going to be very, very crucial. So just keep that momentum. I like what I saw compared to last week. Oh yeah, for sure. But I can give him a solid B.
Well, I know that's all right. I just think that it's hard for me to give them a B because their grades were so poor. It's not like they're failing like the last couple weeks or just being at home. It wasn't like a 42% or 47% if you have to grade them. They were like 21%, man. You know what I mean? Like for you to convert like a failing F, you know what I mean? Like a bombs away F to a B. Trust me, man. You gotta be acing that test. You know what I mean? That's just looking, hypotheticals, metaphor, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I can respect the B, but for me, I give it a C because there's so much to do. There's so much to improve. They're going through this transition, this momentum thing at home.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's at home. So it's almost like practice, kind of like still. You got to be on the road.
Practice?
Yeah. You know what I mean? They're getting home cooking. They're struggling through at home, and now they're trying to get through this at home, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta take that in consideration. You're at home against subpar teams. You know what I mean? So Atlanta is gonna be a decent one. Like the last time they played in Atlanta, they lost. I can't believe Scotty Barnes with that bunny that he remember he missed that bunny.
Oh, in front of the front of the basket.
Gosh.
Yeah. That's one more thing I want to say about Scotty Barnes. He's a very, very talented player. He can pass. He can play defense. He just needs to attack a little more and stop making assists look too cute when he's around 5 feet of the rim. Just go up and dunk it.
Just
go up and dunk it.
Throw your body.
Don't
fouls.
Just don't throw the ball from like under the rim to like a Van Fleet or a Pascal on the arc and just dunk it. Okay, get the foul.
I rather that.
Just go more.
I rather. You're right. I rather Scotty Barnes have a terrible free throw night.
Yes,
but at least he tried at least 8-9 times because he threw his body, sacrificed his body to draw some fouls, and just try to go through them, man. I'd rather him have two offense. You know what, Scotty Barnes, you better average 2 offensive fouls because you're being so damn aggressive going to the hoop, right? If I don't see any offensive fouls, that just shows your aggression is not there. I don't see last year's Scotty. You know what I mean? So we gotta find ways to find the pieces, brick by brick, layer by layer. It's gonna take a while.
It is, but we're running out of time because we're already at this was our 42nd game.
Yeah, man. So
we got 2 more games. Pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty much half the season gone already, right?
So it is half the season.
Yeah,
gone.
so 82 games. There's 40 more to go.
So hopefully,
this is it.
Hopefully,
this is it.
They can make a run, right? I'm not gonna say anything, but you know how. As a basketball fan, as a basketball junkie, everybody out there, it has been land, a Raptor land. There has to be a surge on the winning percentage, right? For us to be in a conversation of being competitive and respected if we want to go to the playoffs, heading to the playoffs, right? So we got a lot of stuff to get through, right?
There's still some work and
plenty.
This is going to be a test, especially the next few games. I did mention that they play Atlanta last game at home before they go on the road against Milwaukee. They also got Minnesota during the week. They got Boston, and they got the Knicks. So it's looking. This is a time where you really need to take that energy, that consistency, that confidence, that chemistry, and make things work, man. Because these games are no joke coming up. This is joke.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, this is crucial. Like, regardless of we talking about everything, Raptors, they know what it is, bro. Like, even though we say we give them a C, we give them this and everything, right now they're failing. Like, when you look at the record, they still have a subpar record.
Yes.
Right? That's the reality.
Right now, it looks like they're playing on the play-in. Right now, that's what it looks like. Right now,
if
they're playing it on the play-in.
If this is the latter the part of their schedule of our season, we would talk play-in.
And that's if they qualify for the play-in. Yeah,
and you know how I feel about that. If you make the play-in, what's your odds? What impact can you do in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Right? We don't want to be them guys.
Nah. But if you like this content, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for hanging with us. It's been a long episode. We had some things to grade, critique, and analyze.
Nicholas.
And express. So shout out to everyone for staying with us. This is what we do. Has-beens every day, all day. Recap of the Raptors with grades this time.
Before we finish the grade, what do you grade Nick Nurse?
Huh?
What do you grade Nick Nurse?
I give him a C-. I give him a C-.
Yep.
Nothing has really changed.
I give him a D+.
I give him a C-. Nothing has really changed for what I've seen. It's all in the players, but I don't see that until I see the real emotion and that real involvement. I give him a C-.
I give a D- because I think he's feeling before we wrap it up, I just have to expose him a little bit. I think he's just making somewhat of an adjustment because I think the backlash that he's hearing out there, he has to be hearing it. You know what I mean? Especially when you hear about, he had a one-on-one everybody, and he's pretty much blaming everybody. Like, you look like a jackass. You know what I mean? This is public relations Nick Nurse right now. You know what I mean?
I think the real pressure is when when Messiah is coming out the side of the court. You know, he's standing right
Well,
there.
do you blame him?
Because to see what's going on,
bro.
What's going on?
A couple years ago, there was rumors of saying that Messiah might be the next commissioner of the NBA. He has so much influence, and then we're losing like this, and we're talking about it, and then I think Messiah must have heard about word on the street. You know, people might be thinking that Nurse is disrespecting the king. You know what I mean? How he be making his moves. So you have to check it out. You say, yo, is this guy really sabotaging my ish? For real? This guy trying to make me look bad so he could look good? Just to prove a point? Well, you could, this man look like he's back in high school or something. You know what I mean? Hey, you remember? Hey, don't sleep on Messiah. Remember we did to that sheriff in Golden State when we won the finals? Remember that?
Yeah, I
when we won
remember.
the championship?
I remember.
I'm pretty sure he had a little conversation with that type of energy with Nick Nurse. Nicholas?
Are you trying to bring out some back?
I'm just
trying to bring up some locker rooms?
trying to say.
You know?
I'm just trying to say, if this was like the Lake Show series or something like that they have right now, suppose the Raptors had some type of series, how would Messiah approach Nick Nurse? You know Messiah's he's a savage. Don't get the tailor suit twisted. The man's a savage, bro. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna leave it as that.
yeah,
Leave it as that.
yeah, man. So Nick Nurse D-, right?
C-.
Let's see what's up.
So I guess the average for the Raptors this week is a C overall.
Yeah, man.
Overall, there's
yeah,
C.
man.
Overall.
Let's see what happens. What type of adversity they go through this week.
Yep.
But it's a decent schedule.
Yes.
It's more challenging.
Yes.
Definitely more challenging. So
On the road.
let's
yes.
see what happens, man.
Yeah.
Practice make perfect. Let's just see if it's just a moment. You know what I mean? That spark when you fall out with your girl or your ting, and then you say, "Hey, man, I'm sorry, my bad." You go on the wicked date, and then after the date's done, you had a great night. Next day, right back to arguing. All right. So let's see how the Raptors adjust to the good dates phase. Right? It's a good date phase. We'll see what happens
I
after.
guess. Yeah. So once again, shout out to everybody who's logged in on Spotify and on YouTube, doing their thing, listening to us, viewing us. Greatly appreciate all the comments we've been getting in the last few days.
Yup.
It's all about conversation.
Yup. We
You know?
see what go on. Yes.
So let's keep this vibe going. Let's keep the has-beens real. Keep it strong. Keep it going. Keep it talking. Keep it networking. Keep it everything going positive direction for the Raptors and for the has-been show with the has-beens. We are has-beens every day, all day.
Yeah.
Shout out to LA. Fam. MA all day.
Yup, you done know. West End to your best friend, you done know. Shout out to the East, man. Up.
I was just trying to pretend I was you for a second.
Okay,
That's all.
shout out. Hey, man. Hey, take notes. Take notes.
I was taking notes.
Take
I was
notes. Shout out
taking notes.
everybody up top, downtown,
Yep.
East End. You done know. Everybody in this country that support the Raptors, that support us, HB Gang, everybody around the world, Spotify. You done know. We salute. We ain't gonna stop, man.
Yeah, man. And like that, we out.
Yeah, we out on another route. People talking, you watch your mouth. Yeah, we get no clout. Hey, I'm trying to say, we too loud. Yeah, we got some pride. It don't matter, we gon' ride. Hey, that's right, we gon' slide. Ain't got things right now to hide. Yeah, we got this, ain't so finest. It's alright, we got C-, and we be the highness. Yeah, we do grimy, huh. We out, boy.
Boom. We out.
HB Gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.